Welcome, Adrian and everyone. I'm Mackenzie, for those who don't know. I do hacker success at Immunefi, and this is Adrian.
Hello everyone. My name is Adrian. I won't bore you with all the details about my past experiences, but the most important thing is that we are right now, right here, with Mackenzie to talk about something exciting.
And so that exciting news is our announcement of the Fuel Attackathon. This is a partnership Immunefi is doing with Fuel for a new, bigger, better type of code contest. And the first question is, what is an Attackathon? And the brief of it, who don't know much about code contests, is they're essentially bug hunting contests. There's a reward pool. The project puts up a code that's in scope and reward amount. And for every bug you find, you get rewarded based on its severity. Those big bugs get rewarded a lot. Those small bugs get rewarded a little. And this includes rewards for duplicate findings too. So you don't just need to be the first person to find it. And this is going to be happening in two different phases. And the first one was going to be starting on June 3rd, and this is the education period. And here, Fuel is going to be telling you everything you need to know to get up to speed on how their protocol works. And there's going to be lots of resources, live calls, Q&A we're doing, and there's going to be a special channel right on the Immunefi Discord where you can jump in, talk to their developers directly, figure out whatever you need to figure out, because on June 17th is when the real action begins. And from June 17th to June or July 22nd is when the contest begins. In addition to all of that, Fuel has got a total of 1.3 million in rewards for their Attackathon. And that's 1 million reserved exactly for Fuel itself and finding bugs on their main protocol, and a further 300,000 for partnerships with their top dApps on the Fuel ecosystem. So after Fuel secured, those early launches are going to be secured just as well. And those contests are all going to start.
1.3 million.
Right.
That's exciting.
Big numbers. This is what we like to see. And in addition to all the rewards after every event, we're also going to have a leaderboard posted. We're going to do the bug reports findings from the event are going to be posted. So for all people to get their acclaim for their accomplishments, whether they're just starting or are aiming for number one on the leaderboard. And for everyone who's wanting to learn from the event, this is going to be a great opportunity to see what everyone found that you missed out on and where you can catch on next time. In addition to that, we got a couple special things where for the top placements of this event, we're going to be doing bug fix reviews by Immunefi itself on those big bugs. We're going to be doing white hat spotlights on how the winners won. What was their strategy? What did they come into? How did they prepare? And then lastly, we're going to do NFT awards as well for those people who find bugs, those top placements on the leaderboard.
But before you talk more about what Attackathon and what we offer with partnership with Fuel, let me just quickly introduce what Fuel is. I mean, as Mackenzie said, there will be whole educational period to teach you about Fuel network, all the interest. To teach you about all the details, in-depth knowledge that you will be just craving about to find those sweet $1 million vulnerabilities on Fuel Network. But just to give you a high-level explanation of what Fuel Network is like a specialized operating system designed to enhance Ethereum rollups, which are solutions aimed to improving Ethereum scalability and performance. And by utilizing a unique architecture under all written in Rust that emphasizes parallelization and minimizes state execution, Fuel Network enables more efficient and faster transactions. It integrates features from different other blockchains, such as Bitcoin's UTXO model and Solana's parallelization, while maintaining security from Ethereum and much, much more. And at the heart of Fuel Network, there's Fuel VM, and also there's Sway language specifically built for Fuel Network itself. And with Sway, you are able to build different dApps on top of Fuel Network and utilize Fuel Network capabilities. But as I said, this is just like a high level explanation of what Fuel Network is, but you can expect to learn more on the since June 2nd on the educational material. Sorry, on the educational period when we show all the materials for the Fuel Network.
Adrian, why don't you give a little context on why did we start doing attackathons? Why didn't we just stick with the bug bounty boosts and our invite only programs?
Yeah, so as you already have heard from explanation of what Fuel Network is, it kind of sounds like a big project, right? So because it is, it's a massive project. It's a massive endeavor that Fuel Network team has done, and simple bug bounty program and simple boost isn't enough. Those are working great for already established projects, for bigger code upgrades that are happening to a protocol, to a project. But if you are building something big, something substantial, something earth-shattering, something that will ripple through the Web3 block space, to introduce something new, that's where Attackathon is needed. That's where Attackathon is for you, because that is like the biggest contest ever, because it's for the whole ecosystem that someone is building. So that's why Attackathons have been created by Immunefi with partnership with Fuel Network. So we can bring you the first ever and the biggest contest ever in the history of Web3 space.
And one important point about this, to expand on that, is that Fuel is an ecosystem project. So this isn't a one and done code contest. This is a whole, niche industry of crypto security that is just seeding and blooming right now. And this is why they didn't just do a $1 million code contest. That'd be great. That'd be super exciting. But they put aside that extra 300K for their partners. And the way that you're going to get invited to those is those aren't going to be open to everyone. That is going to be for people who have proven they got some skill in Fuel, in how the Fuel architecture works, in how the Sway language works, and some of the unique vulnerabilities that are unique to their technology. And Fuel is going to do a great job. We've partnered partly in order to educate people on the unique security aspects of Fuel. As it is a new project, that means they got new types of vulnerabilities, and there is a niche skill that's going to be involved. And there's no doubt that some of the winners of this, when their people are invited to the invite only programs, and I'll mention the kind of invite criteria for that in just a moment, is that a lot of new careers are going to be made. There's not really any auditors that specialize in Fuel VM right now, or the Sway language, the language native for building upon Fuel. And so people who can come in, learn that quickly in this kind of optimal learning environment we're setting up, direct contact with the Fuel developers, kind of like really streamlined focus on each of the topics from beginner to absolutely advanced, is going to have a huge advantage in kind of leapfrogging ahead to being a top auditor in the Fuel community and the Fuel ecosystem as a whole. And there's going to be a big future for whoever can kind of claim that prize. And it's not just the Fuel contest people are going to have to make their name. As perhaps you don't get first, perhaps you're busy for this month. I hope not. That would be a shame. But you should still participate, because people who find one valid bug are going to be invited to every single of those Fuel dApp invite only Attackathon programs. So we got 300,000 in rewards set up for those. And to get invited to those, that more limited contest pool, what you're going to need to do is find one valid bug on the Fuel Attackathon. And I think there's a ton of cool things to go in there, but I'd like to throw it back to you, Adrian.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, that was beautifully said. And just to add to this, if you are old enough, and I'm gonna sound like an old man, that when looking back at the history of technology, for different crazes that were happening, dot-com bubble, mobile application bubble, things like that, and you are always wondering, oh my god, I wish I would live through that time. For example, when first application for iOS on the App Store were emerging, and I could actually write something. Oh my god, that would be wonderful. This is that moment for you for Fuel Network ecosystem, because as Mackenzie said, this will be your chance to actually dive deep into this technology. Really, great stuff are happening there, and great minds were working on this to actually leapfrog yourself into becoming that top auditor, top security researcher for that network. I mean, you don't get that many chances here in Web3 for such a big ecosystem. So really, mark your calendars for this Attackathon and yeah, study away.
And one of the big goals here that kind of leads into this reason that Fuel Attackathon is a huge opportunity for security researchers out there is that we're really trying to springboard the Fuel security ecosystem, where in order to kind of increase the natural growth and speed up this process of there existing a whole community of Fuel auditors, educating each other, working with projects, building those close relationships so that Fuel gets to be known as one of the most secure L2s in the space. Uh, we've got kind of two things set up beyond just the education that we're working with, and this is like the direct relationship that you're going to get to have with the Fuel team members, where they've made like a very serious effort to be involved in hosting these technical walkthroughs, in taking in some Q&A in the education period, but also during the Attackathon itself, and in general just being available either on the Fuel forum, which is great resource space and is very active. Fuel members are responding there on about a daily basis, or on the Immunefi Discord during the June 3rd to July 22nd, where there will be a dedicated Discord channel just for Fuel. With Fuel members are going to have special highlights introduced by the Immunefi team, and you're going to be able to ask them questions directly. And you're going to be able to see what other questions people are asking directly. And if you are asking good questions, it's hard not to end up building a relationship. And if you're going to end up getting, say, even 10th place on the leaderboard, you are going to get recognized by Fuel. And that's going to be something that you can always lean forward when you want to work with them in the future, with the Fuel invite-only programs, or just any Fuel dApp that is building and isn't yet involved in one of the code contests on Immunefi. And so there's a ton of opportunity there. And Immunefi on its own side is like doubling to not just help you build these relationships with Fuel and learn Fuel, but to kind of build your own reputation and your own brand as someone who's got deep knowledge and expertise in how Fuel works. This is why we're going to be doing the White Hat Spotlights. We're going to be doing the bug fix reviews. We got the leaderboard and Attackathon report posting and the NFT awards, and all of this stuff is so that when you talk to people in the future, you can say like, I was there. This is what I achieved. Yeah, let's work together.
Yeah. And one big distinction between attackathons and boosts, which already Mackenzie briefly talked about, is that close relationship and collaboration with Fuel devs themselves. Because for a standard boost, we may have one code walkthrough, but for such big project, one isn't enough. That's why we're gonna have multiple of those, where we'll be asking questions. Me, myself, and other people from the triaging team are working closely with you to create such technical workflows, so you as security researchers can greatly benefit from those. And historically, from different boosts, those conversations always yielded some good questions and good answers that help guided different security researchers into getting an actual bounty reward on a boost. And I can only think that the same will happen for an attackathon, especially that we have planned multiple of such technical walkthroughs.
And for all these technical walkthroughs, whether you're already an expert security researcher getting first place in some contests, or you're a beginner, or you're just a developer, I recommend checking these out, because in addition to going into some advanced topics and explaining what Fuel is, we're going to be starting from the basics. We're going to be going over what type of bugs we expect to find on Fuel, what type of things are unique to their security infrastructure that might not exist on other places, where the kind of tried and true methods or bugs that we expect to find are going to be a little different, a little fresh. And one of the other things here is that we're going to be putting just together some good learning resources on using Immunefi. So if you're new to Immunefi, you've done auditing private or other contests, and you're not sure how to make a POC, a proof of concept of the bug that shows the impact, or you're not sure how help works on Immunefi, or any of these things, we're going to have some condensed versions of those resources to just like speed you up in competing on the Fuel Attackathon. And then you also can just send us a message. Just jump on the Immunefi Discord. We're all available. Other experienced members in the community will be able to help you out too. And it's all in all, it's going to be a fun time.
Oh yeah, definitely it's gonna be a fun time. And to be honest, I cannot wait to see what kind of bug reports people will start submitting to Fuel Attackathon. I mean, I'm just keen to see what different kinds of crazy stuff our community will be able to make with Fuel Network. I mean, this is really exciting.
And Adrian, I think this is a good time to kind of fill in, how does Immunify kind of help process bug reports during the Attackathon?
Yeah. So as I'm representing the whole triaging team, during Fuel Attackathon, every bug report that comes in will go through triaging team, meaning that will evaluate correctness of the bug report on the spot, uh, based on all technical details that you provide, all the POC based also on the Fuel Attackathon page and all the rules there. But after such a report either will get closed or escalated, especially after escalated, then Fuel will see if such bug reports are fully uh, are fully correct or not. And then after everything ends and Fuel Network has some confirmed bug reports, some are closed, you will still be able to request a mediation, meaning that if you disagree with certain decisions, then you will be able to dispute that, and triaging team again will go and do full technical analysis of the issue, and we will work together as a mediator to reach a consensus. But in the end, we are looking at every confirm report. We're looking for duplicates. We're marking those duplicates, helping with the full evaluation process of the for the payments. And we work closely with Fuel Network to follow up with the payments later on. And later, every bug report that was submitted is released. We create a full audit-like report at the end of an attackathon, and we make everything public.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you for everyone jumping in. And if you're wondering, what do I do right now? You're watching this before June 3rd and the education period has begun. Thing to do is head over to the Immunify page for Fuel. We've got a countdown page. We've got a sign up form. Put in your email there. Make sure you get every update and don't miss out on anything along the way. And until the Fuel Attackathon begins, stay well.